If you're listening or watching this, you are part of the Resistance, and that means it is time for the Resistance broadcast because the base is open. Welcome back, everybody. My name is John Hoey. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are the official podcast of StarWarsNewsNet.com. Do us a favor, make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. And get involved and share us with your friends and family who like Star Wars. If you're new to us, welcome. This is our Thursday episode where we usually have a discussion, but this week we're duking it out over Star Wars quotes. That's right, our game is back. It is called Who Are You? And this week, Lacey is bringing the quotes, and James and I are facing off one-on-one to see who's going to be this week's champ. But as always, we have some other great topics to talk about because, James...
The Will of the Force is back?
Baby! It is back. And back with me, as always, is James Bainey and Lacey Gillerin. Guys,
how are you? That was the most unenthusiastic.
Well, James is saving his energy for the big bout later in the episode.
Oh, okay.
But
what's a good Star Wars quote, guys?
Baby!
Do they ever say baby in Star Wars?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Like, even with Luke and Leia, are they like, baby? Or is it just like, oh, bah?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know that the word baby ever...
Has the word baby ever
thing,
been
like,
used in Star Wars? That's a good trivia question. Someone's going to be like, yes, 13
in the,
minutes in.
In the movies, maybe not, but in ancillary stuff, I'm sure, probably somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely in some comic somewhere.
Like random in a book. There it is. There's the one use.
Yeah. So how you guys doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. How are you, Lacey?
I'm great. I have no anxiety this episode because I'm not answering anything like for the quote game. But I have some really good quotes. As you guys know, I did my research, so they're going to be all Padme. Just
yeah.
let me know.
I actually like that feeling. Hosting Who Are You was fun because it was just kind of like you pop it into neutral or cruise control, and you're just like, all right, let's see what these two can do here.
I feel like I've already won.
Yeah, you are the great winner. But don't forget, after that, you also have to read those resistance transmissions and get through those without laughing. So,
is that a challenge?
It is a challenge.
Okay.
All right, guys, now we're going to hand it over to the guy who returned on Monday from Batuu, and it's all about the will of the Force, and we got to find out if our friend Chirrut is there to introduce this segment.
I fear nothing, for all is as the Force wills it.
This week's Will of the Force is brought to you by Patreon, because we are doing an all-patron edition of Will of the Force.
Was that planned?
I mean, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Hooray.
I mean, I didn't write the show notes. John did, and he picked all patron questions, although he normally has a specific pattern of how we do this. Well, I guess just this week...
I didn't want James to come back all spicy and make fun of my questions in Will of the Force, so I'll let him make fun of you guys out there in Patreon.
No, I was about to say, I think everybody just submitted some really good questions, so we were like, well, I gotta use that, gotta use that.
No,
right?
They were good, yeah.
So let's get this started. The first one coming from a recent contest winner, actually, Lieutenant Kyle Baker. He sent a question to us, and the question is, considering The Mandalorian will be exploring the origins of the First Order, now that that's a thing, will we possibly see a glimpse of Snoke at some point in the series? This is interesting, too, because... I brought this up as like that was like the first thing I thought of when this was
Monday,
announced.
yeah.
I was like, will Snoke show up? I was like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be a Will of the Force question, I bet you. Lacey, let's start with you. Do you think we're going to see Snoke in The Mandalorian?
No, I don't think we will. I think they're going to focus on other things, like directly related to The Mandalorian. And yeah, they're going to be like underlying themes and messaging from what the First Order's doing, like they said in those EW things. But I think they're going to focus on his direct relations with like glimpses and behind the door type looks at the First Order. I don't think we're going to see Snoke. Thanks, Cal.
All right. Cal. John, do you think we're going to see Supreme Leader Snoke? Or maybe not Supreme Leader, just regular old Snoke. Lieutenant Snoke.
Joseph Snoke.
Snoke 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think it'd be a big undertaking to get Snoke involved here because you would have heard rumblings about Andy Serkis and all the motion capture and stuff they would have to do to bring Snoke in and make it, match up to what they did with TFA and TLJ, which was a big deal, bringing Snoke to the screen there. So I don't think so for that main reason, not even so much for the story purpose. I just think it'd be a huge deal for them to do it, and you got to figure he wouldn't be featured much. So it would be a lot of work for a little reward, and I don't think that's what Favreau has in mind there. So, I agree with Lacey on no being my answer.
I think that they could do it, but I'm going to go with no as well. I think if they did it, it would be like the hologram Snoke,
Oh, yeah.
Like they do something like that, and you get some orders, and you're like, oh, that's sweet. But although we don't know, I just kind of get this impression that Snoke hasn't been in charge of the First Order for what would that be, 22 years by the time The Mandalorian's happening? I have a feeling at this point there's a different Supreme Leader. So, and I think they want to explore that. They're like, oh yeah, there was Sloane, and then you've seen Snoke. That was the beginning and the end. What about all these other people that we have the opportunity to tell in a comic or a book or something about Supreme Leader Bob, for a while.
Supreme Leader Bob.
Yeah. So
Bob
I would
Iger.
go with no to Snoke.
James, let me ask you this real quick. If he did show up in a hologram, would you want it to be TFA, I'm in big chair Snoke, or would you want it to be Zordon, just my big face showing up to Hux Snoke, like in TLJ?
Oh, those are two big options. I
Big
assumed
face
it would be small.
or big chair full Snoke?
Yeah, but I was thinking it would be Palpatine Order 66.
Oh, little Snoke on the hand.
Little Snoke.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how I pictured it.
Little Snoke on the prairie.
All right. Next one is from our commander, Mark Magaya, right?
Magaha, probably.
Magaha. I'm bad with names, man.
Marky
when
Mark.
you laugh, you say, ha-ha, Mikaha.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mark wanted to ask us, will Lucasfilm abandon the idea of one continuity crossing all forms of all the media? Will we get to the point that only the movies and live action TV shows are considered canon? John, you're going to start this one off. Do you think that they'll ever break that initial push of, from now on, everything is canon? Or do you think they're going to slip into the well,
That's tricky, man. Because to me, I see it in tiers anyway. I kind of see the live action is here and everything else is meeting it, but going up and down where you can always watch the live action and preserve your continuity. And I know that ruffles some people's feathers. That's just how I take it in terms of its seriousness. But I don't think so. I think they may decanonize some things down the road at some point if it gets too much and they have this mega awesome idea and they're we need to eliminate this in order for this to happen. I could see that happening without a doubt. But to do a blanket sweep and say we're cleaning up the whole house again, I don't think so. So my general short answer is no, they won't abandon.
Lacey, do you think they're ever going to abandon this idea?
No, I think continuity is pretty important to Lucasfilm and to Star Wars, just like it's important to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think. There was a quote someone posted recently about continuity that George Lucas had said, and actually Matt Martin had commented on it, and it was about how continuity is it doesn't really matter or something like that from George Lucas or something about that. And Matt Martin put up a GIF that was well, I guess I'll see myself out because that's his job. Mm-hmm. So part of this too is because I think they've built this group of people that's their job. unless they're just getting rid of all those people and everything that they've been working towards for the past however many years, like, it just doesn't make sense that why would you what is the benefit, I guess, of getting rid of continuity? So no, they will never do that.
I think that they don't have to, because they're going to start expanding into other worlds anyway. I feel like where it gets really tricky is it's like trying to tell the same like 60-year span. Like, how many Obi-Wan Kenobi stories can you tell? How many Mace Windu stories can you tell?
Right.
Before it just starts to get such a mess that they're like, all right, we just need to like start changing things up. But since they're going to go and they're going to do Rian Johnson stuff, they're going to do the Benioff and Weiss stuff. Even in some of the books now, they're like, oh, it takes place in Galaxy's Edge, but it doesn't really like, you know, have any continuity with like any of the characters that we know, really. Like, I think they can kind of expand on that stuff. So I don't think they'll ever do it as a major thing. But I do feel like at one point, sometime down the line, they're going to want to do like what if stuff. They're going to just want to, they're going to like, Martin Scorsese is going to come up to them and be like, I got this idea for a story. It's about the Joker, but it doesn't got anything to do with the thing that you're doing right now. And they're going to go, you know what? Let's do it. And then,
That's a horrible Martin Scorsese.
I don't know what he sounds like, honestly.
I think you made him sound like the Godfather.
You also made him sound like Donald Trump.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
movie's
anyway,
gonna be huge.
because I don't know what he sounds like. But anyway, yeah, I feel like at some point somebody's gonna come up with some cool ideas and they're gonna do like a line of comics or something that don't. But I don't feel like that's gonna really like matter, and they're gonna truly be sticking to their continuity thing. So yep, they're gonna keep it. All right. Patreon submission, Lieutenant Ryan Fenley wants to know, will any classic or prequel trilogy side characters make an appearance in season 1 of The Mandalorian? Lacey, this one's coming to you. What do you think?
Sorry, repeat that question.
Will any classic or prequel trilogy side characters make an appearance in season 1 of The Mandalorian?
Oh, man. We kind of talked about this on Monday about how everybody's, you know, it's not Boba Fett. It's not this person. It's not that person. I want to say no, because I genuinely believe that they're...
I just pictured like a new character, Fail Borgana.
I want to believe
I like that.
that they're trying to not to like regurgitate characters and branch out to these newer ideas and concepts, and Jon Favreau is trying to make it his own. So no, we will not. And
all right,
someone
John?
somewhere is yelling right now at their phone / computer. Sorry.
You know what though, Lacey? I think you're right though, because like there's no evidence that like says that they're gonna bring in characters that we've seen. It feels like they're very much pushing stuff that we haven't. That's why I think I'm going to agree with you that we're probably not going to see characters. We're going to feel locations. We're going to feel like Star Wars, like the prequels and the original trilogy, and even the sequel trilogy now with the First Order stuff. But we're not going to get those characters. I don't think the even side characters like Ponda Baba showing back up or whatever. John, what do you think?
I think we 100% will.
Will.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there's so much going on with this show, with so many different characters and so many different vantage points, a lot of locations. They're obviously doing Tatooine, that even if it's a small level character like Garandin or something from Mos Eisley, like you're going to get some of these guys trickling in there. I'm not saying it's going to be, Boba Fett, but I think someone we've seen before. We've already seen the Easter eggs in terms of objects. We've seen Easter eggs in terms of locations and species. If you're doing, already 2 seasons, which is 16 hours of content, and you're trying to tell me a character we haven't seen before is not going to go on screen once, I have a hard time believing that. So I think we will, whether it's a big deal or not, I'm not sure. So it could be like a minor type of character. Yeah, Finn was like, negative 15, that sort of thing. He went through the
You
world
said
between
Big
worlds.
Deal was going to show up.
Oh, I got you. This guy, he's back, baby. No, I think it's no question that we will. I just don't know on what scale.
All right. Well, the next question is from Lieutenant Michael Moore. Michael wants to know, will Rey have to face a clone of herself in the Rise of Skywalker? John, you're going to be starting this one off, and he's dead. Should I go to Lacey?
Sure. So first of all, I understand why people are posing this clone theory. I understand why. I get it. I understand the background to clones and everything like that. I don't think it's happening. And I think that people are jumping to that conclusion with Dark Rey. I don't think Rey is a clone. I think Rey is Rey. That being said, no, she will not fight a clone of herself.
Quick thing. Rey can be Rey and still have to fight a clone of herself. That doesn't make Rey a clone.
I'm saying I don't think they've cloned Rey.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Rey is more than one Rey.
Okay. John, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, I really, it's a great question because it's certainly possible with all the things we've heard about the theories. Full circle would be bringing clones into the mix without a doubt. That's how Palpatine built his army to take over the Republic initially. So it's a good question, Michael, but I am just cloned out personally. So EST 2019, John Hoey's cloned out, man. So, and I just don't know if this movie affords this happening because it just adds such a wrench into everything. And I don't know if JJ wants to add more variables for himself to have to tackle when he already has enough of a challenge to wrap it all up. So adding a clone situation with Rey, I mean, it's like one of those things like in, what was it, Logan, where you got the another Wolverine and he's fighting him, and it's like, was that really a big deal? Like he fought him for like 5 minutes. I just don't see it as a thing that could happen here. And again, I'm biased because I'm cloned out, so I'm going to say no.
I too am going to say no on this because I kind of don't think that they're going to do it. But if you guys go back a long ways ago, we did this thing where we were like, what's your guilty pleasure fan theory that like everybody hates, but you're kind of okay with? That is the clone thing to me. I really think that a lot of people are looking at this in a very like one-sided, like, or very surfacey way, like, oh, she's a clone, blah blah blah, and then like that's all that it is. And like, I really think that there's some really cool story stuff that they could do with this about what that means for her, where she comes from. And I don't think it downplays her as a character. I think it builds her up as a character because it doesn't make her one of a million. It makes her one in a million because there's clones of her, but there's only one Rey. And that makes her special because she's the only one that isn't that. I'm not that. I'm a person. I have my own thoughts. I have free will. So I think it makes her stronger as a character if they did decide to do that. I think that type of storytelling too is something that you could have conversations about for years and years and years about imagine going through that scenario, finding out that you are, a manufactured thing or something. I'm cool with the idea if they decide to go down that route. And I think there's evidence to show that it might not just be a Force vision. But you could spin that evidence, turn it back around and go, I think that's what they're alluding to, that it is in fact just something as simple as this. So I don't know. I would say that I don't think they're going to do it. But I think that if they did it, I would be one of the few people that would be like, yes, that's sweet. I'm okay with that idea.
Fair.
And I know you guys aren't. Yeah, but
did anyone else think of miscongeniality when James said 1 in a million?
1 in a million.
You did too?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've revealed it. I'm a big rom-com guy. Leave in the comments if you thought about miscongeniality when James said.
Put your favorite rom-com in the YouTube comments.
Serendipity.
Ooh, that is a tough
Serendipity
one.
is your favorite?
That's tough.
Serendipity, probably. Or one of the Tom Hanks ones, like You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail / How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love
Gosh,
How to
I don't know.
Lose a Guy
Yeah,
in
it's
10
hard.
Frost Yourself.
Yes, I love that movie so much.
All right, last one is coming from
I love
Admiral.
it. Last week I was like, Moulin Rouge is so amazing. And then this week I'm like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Matthew McConaughey is in that movie. Oh, God, so good.
I'm trying to think of one that I watch all the time, but we got to get to Admiral Danny's question. Danny wants to know, will Hux reveal Kylo Ren's identity to the First Order and or the Resistance in Episode 9? John, you fell asleep or died or something on the last one, so you get to go first on this one. What do you think? Let's let Danny know what you think.
I think so. I think it's going to be one of those things where he's been holding on to that card for a while, and he gets himself in a situation finally in 9 where he's the rat with his back against the wall, and they're merging in on him, and he just, as a last ditch thing, he's like, he's the one, he's a Skywalker, like he's the son of the person you hate that we're fighting. I could see that being a situation because I want serious evil Hux back. And how do you do that and make it important? Then have him flip the script on Kylo Ren, and it's another thing that would lay the pathway for Kylo Ren to flip the other way. So I could definitely see this happening. I think if JJ does it right, it'd play well, and I think he meant for Hux to be more of an important and serious character that kind of laid by the wayside a bit in The Last Jedi. So I dig this. I'm down with that, Danny. So I say yes.
Lacey, before you answer, I feel like a little confused by this because I never took this as this was like secret information. Like I thought everybody on both sides knows who this person is.
Anything that I ever understood was that the First Order doesn't know that Kylo Ren is Ben Solo, the son of Leia Organa. Because
it was a decree that he would only be referred to as Kylo Ren.
Unless someone says there was a pop-up book somewhere that 6 people read that says it happened, but I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I never really got that impression, so I never really saw this as a big story point of like, oh, like now they know who he is, and I'm like, oh, is that like a big deal? Like, what does it matter? Like, he clearly has been on your side the whole time. So
let's assume that they don't know.
Then they'd be like, oh, weird. How crazy. Anyway, yeah, he's the supreme leader, so we're cool with it. I don't know. Lacey, go ahead.
I think that this question kind of plays into another piece that I think is going to happen, which is right now, Hux is being told that Rey killed Snoke. I think that he's going to release the info that Kylo killed Snoke and that Kylo is Ben Solo, thus making him look like the traitor that he's portraying him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he killed Snoke and he's Princess Leia, General Organa's son. He's been, against us the whole time. And then that sets up a whole storyline of, it could be Richard Grant's character helping Hux dethrone Kylo, and then Kylo's forced to work with the Resistance or flees to the Resistance or something like that. And then it sets up the team up type thing.
Lacey, do you think Hux doesn't already know that information?
I think he was told that Rey did it, but he was suspicious from the moment he was in the room.
About his identity.
That he knows he's Ben Solo. He did it in the comic.
So then why not release that information sooner?
Because you keep that stuff close to yourself for the given situation where you need to release it.
I guess so. I don't know. I feel
like it doesn't help him to release it now.
Well, then it wouldn't help him to release it later.
It would now that he knows that he killed Snoke. If you released it too soon, Snoke could turn around and be like, I told you not to call him Ben Solo.
Then it's like
and
a
why are you telling
snowball thing and he's got 2 things on him. I don't know. I feel like it's just so circumstantial. I feel like I don't know that it really matters as much as it did like in Bloodline where like everybody found out she was related to Darth Vader. Like I get that. Like you want to keep that under wraps. But I don't know that the First Order, like you're looking at mindless drone stormtroopers who get their minds wiped every week.
Right.
I don't know that they care. So I'm going to say no, because I don't think that's a strong story point. But you're right, Lacey. If it all comes like to the surface in one thing, it could be. So yeah, all right. Well, that's it for Will of the Force this week, guys. It was good to be back. I missed it so much. But there's other things we got to get to, and that's including pod races. Who are you? Resistance transmission. So let's wrap this thing up and move on. What do you guys say?
All right. Sounds good to me. Patreon pod race is something we do for our top tier patrons, our generals out there. We have a few slots for the early birds in that tier. And this week it is Carmelo hailing from Spain these days. And we asked Carmelo, how do you feel about the release format of The Mandalorian, being that it will be released with a new episode weekly as opposed to like Stranger Things, which you can watch in 8 hours, bingeable all at one time. So do you prefer that weekly release or a bingeable format? So let's see what Carmelo had to say about that.
Hello guys, greetings from España. Well, I'm gonna keep this one short because I'm actually quite exhausted right now. I just had a great meal, had a bunch of drinks, and it was amazing. I took a bunch of pictures and I submitted to the Patreon chat, which you should check because we had so much fun, and they love my food pictures. Okay, The Mandalorian. I love the fact that it's being released weekly. Why? Because a guy like me that had like crazy schedule, I have time to actually stop, watch, enjoy. I don't have time to binge on a show. So it is actually great for me. I really appreciate that. Well, that's all I have. Viva la Resistance.
Well, I'm full and satisfied too, except I'm full and satisfied from your answer, Carmelo. As always, he just, for those of you out there who aren't in our Patreon chat, Carmelo, all around the same time of day when everyone's pretty hungry, he's posting photos of his meals over in Spain, and they're always gigantic plates and making us all hungry. So that's what he was alluding to there. But I have to say, guys, I agree with his answer. I would feel a lot of anxiety if The Mandalorian came out all at the same time, especially with us being very involved as diehard fans on Twitter. You don't want things spoiled for you if you had to, go to a wedding or something when the show popped. I like the idea that we can stretch it out too. It gives us a lot to talk about on the podcast on a more long form thing. It's a better way to take your art, and I'm so glad they've chosen this decision, because when Stranger Things pops out, I burn through those in like 2 days. So
I'm still not done.
Well, then there you go. So maybe you do like that format. But either way, what do you guys think about Carmelo's answer, and what's your take?
Go ahead,
Lacey?
James.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. I don't like the binge thing. I not once have I ever found that was a better scenario. I don't like it at all. I feel like it came out of Netflix and trying to like reshape things and try to do things differently, and they had a lot of content coming out, and they're like, we don't want to stretch this out over like a month because we got 10 other Netflix original shows that we want to be putting out and stuff. And I don't even necessarily know that that's what Disney has in mind. And I don't watch Walking Dead, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I definitely know that when I come into work on the day after those shows air, everybody in the office is like, so did you blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't get that with Stranger Things. The best you get is like, so where are you at? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's good. Keep watching. And then they walk away. They don't have the conversation. And
right.
I'm like, man, I just wish, I don't know. I wish that they would get on board with that and just realize and I'm glad Disney's figuring that out, that it's better. It's better to do it over a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a huge binger myself.
Blah.
I know, it's bad. It's very bad. I watched Schitt's Creek like 4 seasons in probably like 2 weeks. Like, it was bad.
You get the window pop up saying, "Are you still watching?"
Yep, all the time. Especially with The Office. I'll just leave it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am totally for this format because, like John said, it allows us to really sit and think and reflect on episodes so that I don't feel like I'm rushing through things. Like, I love Stranger Things. I felt rushed through this past season. Like, I had to quickly watch it before someone spoiled it for me because people like to do that. And it's terrible, but it's true. Whereas I feel like this lets us to talk about it. It becomes an event once a week. I haven't really watched weekly TV in a long time. So I really miss doing that where you're like, oh my gosh, did you catch that? Because I don't watch Game of Thrones and I don't watch Walking Dead. So I'm excited to be a part of that kind of event again. And you get to live tweet the episodes while you're watching them with everybody. Like, it just seems like more of an event. And I like that kind of community stuff. So.
Nice.
Yes.
You know what's a bummer too is that
and I agree with Mello. I don't know why I answered that like a will of the force. Mello, your answer was exactly right. Sorry.
It bums me out too
Yes.
that like it's one of those things where like you almost want to impress people. Like you're like, oh, I'm already through it. I already watched it.
Right.
You know?
And you
but I
rush
feel bad for those
rush.
people because I'm like, did you watch it or did you let it play for 8 hours while you like got burnt out on it? And you were like watching it, but you're not really enjoying it. You're just kind of
Right.
getting it through so that you can come in the next morning and be like, I watched it all. And you
Dude,
can
think
kind of have
about-
that on your repertoire of like fandom, you know? And it's
Right.
like, I don't like that.
Think about how
Right.
people are with Stranger Things on social media about like spoiling things and times that by 5,000. And that's what Star Wars would be like. Like, so it's such a smart decision they made. So, yeah, Mello, I think we're 3 for 3 here with you. And thanks again for all your support, repping us over there in Spain. I know you're spreading the word for us over there, so we appreciate that. And enjoy taking your laps in your freshwater pool, man. We're not jealous at all. All right, guys. We are going to take it over to our discussion segment where this week
Nope. Oh yeah.
we are doing our game called Who Are You? And Lacey Gillerin has put together a slew of quotes. Obviously, James and I have no idea what they are because James and I are facing off against each other one-on-one. We want you guys to play along at home. It is Who Are You? And we're going to play right now.
Who are you? All right, guys. Who are you? So this is our quote guessing game. I'm in a great mood because I'm not the one guessing. I actually have the answers, so I feel super smart. So this is how it works. There's going to be 9 rounds, and I'm going to say the quote. I'm going to give them some time to think about it. They're going to write their answer of who said it. Spelling, we're a little lenient on, but who said it on a piece of paper. At the same time, they're both going to say it and show their pieces of paper to the video. Sorry, audio people. But they're going to say it at the same time so that we know that everyone's being honest with their answers. 2 points if you get it right. 1 point if you want a clue, and the clue is what movie it's from. But you risk giving the same clue to the other person who can get the full 2 points, and you only get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys ready?
Lacey, can I just say something real quick?
Sure.
I think you're great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Just,
Okay.
is there bonus points for that?
No.
You know, I was thinking we should do like how many do I think I'll get right and how many do I think John will get right?
Oh, yeah,
and
let's
if we
do
get
that.
either
I'll
one
write it
of
down.
those,
You'll get an extra point.
then you
Wait.
get the extra point at the end.
I'm adding this right now. I'm using executive order. Guess how many you think you're going to get.
Do I tell you or write it down?
Yeah, I
No,
think we
tell
would
me.
tell it. Yeah.
Tell me.
How many do I think I will get right?
Out of 9.
Man.
This is just a fun extra. Bonus. Jonas bonus.
I think I will get 5 right.
Wow, really?
I'm going to say the same. 5.
Way to go, guys. All right.
Well, it's fine because if I get 5 and he gets 6, then I get the bonus point and he wins.
All right. Are you guys ready to play?
I think so.
Who are you? Everyone at home, get your pieces of paper if you're writing down to keep score. I have mine in front of me.
I feel like I'm back in college taking a test.
Did I ever tell you that I used to be a professor at a college? I actually taught classes.
What? Of what?
Yeah, video production.
Did they refund the students'
Media
money?
studies. No.
Oh. Do I get a point? Does he get a negative
Just
point?
kidding. No, just kidding.
Okay.
All right. So the first quote is, "You're going to get us all killed." You're going to get us all killed.
I'm ready.
That is the first quote of the evening.
Did you write it down, John?
Yep.
All right. He's
James,
quick on this
you're
one, so
going
I'm
to
going to
get
go
us
with my
all
gut
killed.
too.
All right. And 1, 2, 3.
Leia.
Nope, Han.
What?
Han said it to
that?
Chewie when Chewie flipped out at the end of Empire Strikes Back, and C-3PO responds with, "Yes, stop, I'm not ready to die." Oh, wait, guys. Lacey did her research with backup quotes.
Wait a minute. Because Leia says it in A New Hope, too.
This is Empire Strikes Back, though.
It's still. What's the line?
All
You're
right,
going
we'll
to
figure
get
it
us
out.
all killed.
Yeah, Leia says, put that thing away. You're going to get us all
John,
killed.
it doesn't matter. I picked Han.
But we're both saying someone who actually said that quote, so we both get the points.
No, you don't.
Lacey,
That's
why
not how
is-
this works.
Lacey, I would say we absolutely both get the point. If Leia said the line, "You're going to get us all killed,"
We're correct.
Specifically those words, how could we possibly know that you meant the Han version?
Well,
You could have
that's
meant the
not fair. I
Leia
did
version, and
the
we
right-
said Han, and we would be wrong?
Yeah, they're in the trash compactor. Han shoots the blaster. It shoots all over the place. And she says, put that thing away. You're going to get us all killed.
Yeah, but that includes you put that thing away.
It's still Leia says it. I
Well,
think we get the
yeah.
points.
No, you put that thing away is the beginning of the line.
Well,
The
here's the
whole
thing,
line
John,
is what they
because
say.
we both said Leia, it doesn't affect us either way. We either
Yeah.
both get the points or we both don't get the points, but it's just a matter of pride over our final score. But it won't affect who won.
Eh.
And when
Like
does
if I
Han
said
say
Leia
it?
and you
I
said
don't remember
Han,
ever
it would have
saying
been
that.
crazy.
Han says it when he's about to be put into carbonite and Chewie starts
We don't
freaking
doubt
out.
that.
He says you're going to get
He's
us all
doubting
killed?
me, John. It's the first question and John is already doubting me.
I am. I'm sorry. I am.
Oh my god. Okay, next.
All right, next up.
Luck's got nothing to do with it. Luck's got nothing to do with it. Ba-na-na-na.
Luck's got
Luck's
nothing to
got-
do with it. Oh, boy.
Luck's got nothing to do with it. So, guys, I used to be a teacher back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like 2013, 2014. I taught some college courses, taught some freshmen, graded papers. I was a college professor.
Luck's got nothing to do with it?
And some of my students have now become like associate producers at Good Morning America. So taught them well.
John, you writing down a name or you want a clue?
I'm not writing down a name yet.
One
Luck-
more for the people at home. Luck's got nothing to do with it.
Luck's got nothing to do with it. So it's... jeez. Luck's got nothing to do with it.
Are these quotes okay, John, by the
Sounds
way?
familiar. Well, the first one was...
Yeah,
John, I'm saying it's not like, hey, hello, like you thought I was going to do.
I was just busting your chops. Luck's got nothing to do with it. I've
So
heard
for the
this.
people at home, they have lots of posters in the background. John, how many posters you got? 1, 2, 3,
5.
4, 5. James has got a bunch too. James has got Last Jedi, Solo, Ahsoka,
5.
Resistance. James, you excited? Resistance comes back soon.
Yeah. People don't
James,
talk about it enough.
James, did you write something down?
Nope.
Okay, guys.
should we clue
Final answers.
I'll take a clue.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Solo.
So we're both
Star
taking
Wars story.
clues.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
all right.
So it doesn't really do a whole lot, but it helps us get.
Yeah,
But you don't have any more
the right
clues for the
answer.
rest of the game, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
only get one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, for the people at home, it is quote, Luck's got nothing to do with it.
All right. I'll just take a guess.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
James, you ready?
Yeah. Although I feel like I'm wrong, man.
Oh, wait.
One.
Sucks.
Wait, no. I'm changing my answer. Okay.
John, did you
One.
base it on me writing?
2,
Yep.
3.
Lando.
Han Solo.
It is Rio Durant.
Damn it.
Or Durant, if you want. It's actually when they're on Minbin.
I hear it now.
And he says, Luck's got nothing to do with it. And they're going to go, they said, I'm going to take this guy this way, and you guys are going to go this way.
All right.
I thought it was when they were playing Sabak and he knew he was cheating, so that's why. That was my logic there.
No, sir.
Yeah. I think I was kind of in the same boat,
makes a little
too.
two
It felt
happen
like a
anyway.
Han line, but
I know. John, I picked that one for you because I figured, I was like, Solo, I'm going to give him one. I'll do a Rogue One.
Oh, there's a Rogue One one? Thanks for telling us.
Maybe. Maybe not.
you just told us there was. Right. So, John, me and you were setting a fat 0 right now.
0-0, even though I think we should have 2 points for round 1, but we'll move on.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Ready? Here, I'll go with an easier one. The Federation would not dare go that far. Again, the Federation would not dare go that far. Guys, I'm wearing a shirt right now that says, I'll be your Jedi.
Interesting.
It's from Celebration. Which one?
So this quote is definitely from
2015.
The Last Jedi.
Obvi.
It's just a matter of who said it. What was the quote again?
The quote is, the Federation would not dare go that far. You guys can probably hear my cat. I apologize.
Federation
He
would dare
is
not go that far.
wanting to play this game too.
All right, I got it.
Are you ready?
James, you good?
All
Have
right.
you had
Go
it
with
the
your
whole
gut.
time, John?
Go with your gut.
No, I'm between two people, but
And 1, 2, 3.
Sheevy Babes.
Obi-Wan.
Nope. Queen Amidala in
What?
The Phantom Menace.
We
She says it when she's sitting on her throne
Yeah.
at the beginning.
I thought Palpatine said it. Damn it.
When did you think he said it, John? Are you still thinking Clone War? Are you
I
thinking
thought it was
prequels?
when he was saying I have assurances from the Chancellor. Like that's that whole thing when he's through the communication with her.
I'll admit, honestly, you did throw me off when you said it's from The Last Jedi because I was like, wait, what? I was like, is he giving something away? And I'm like, no, you know what? I bet he's doing the exact opposite. He's trying to throw me off.
So
This
guys,
is a great game.
for the people at home, I wonder how you're doing.
Zero.
Updated
Zero,
score
zero.
is 0-0. With both guessing, they'll get 5.
All right, so if we miss this one, then we have to get every other one after it
To
in
get
order
your
to get
extra
our
point.
bonus.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we finish 0-0 and people are like, this is dumb.
It'll be like 0-2.
You guys are dumb.
All right. Next is quote. This is not going to work.
This is not going to work.
Yep. The quote is, this is not going to work. Are you shaking your head, John, because you don't know what it is? Or are you shaking your head because you don't think it's a good quote?
No comment.
I picked legit quotes this time, John. Come
Yeah.
on.
All those people with the action figures and you press the button and it says, this is not going to work.
You know what? There's no specific
Wait,
rule
say-
that
say
says that
the-
they...
Say the quote again.
The quote is, quote, this is not going to work.
That could be anybody.
Well,
I bet 6 people in Star Wars have said this.
I don't think so.
Well, then you have a good shot, John.
not by Lacey's rules. It has to be the exact one that she picked.
See,
that's
John
true,
gets
too.
so feisty about this when I'm playing fair and square by the rules, and John gets feisty when
I'm just
he
trying to
can't think of
clarify.
it.
That's all.
What are you clarifying? That it has to be an action figure quote? Because you've used plenty of quotes that aren't on action figures or stuffed animals.
The quote is, "This is not going to work."
Correct. This is not going to work.
You sure it's not? This is not going to go the way you think?
It is not that.
Oh.
So, Star Wars is pretty cool. I hope you guys at home are getting some answers.
Yeah, I hope people... Okay, so this is what I want you to do, even though we're halfway through this. I want you to comment with what you think it is, and then when we reveal it, write if you were right or not. Like, there's another one like, oh, yeah, definitely was that person. I've got a guess, but I don't feel confident because it sounds like this person would say it, but I don't remember them saying it, and that's not a great thing to go on.
So that's exactly how I felt in the last game, is I would hear it in my head, and I'd picture the person saying it, and then I would end up picking a different person, and my initial person that I pictured was the person.
What it sounds like to me is it sounds like, here's the quote you just gave. Hi, my name's Qui-Gon Jinn, and I like eating pie. Like, I'm like, oh, I feel like Qui-Gon probably says that, but I don't remember him saying that, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I'm...
Yeah. Okay, one more time for the people at home. The quote is, "This is not going to work."
All right.
I'm gonna go with the name I got. I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3.
Luke Skywalker.
K2SO.
It is Han Solo. In A New Hope, he is in the elevator going up to the detention center in the stormtrooper outfit, and he looks at Luke and goes, "This is not going to work."
That was the scene. I figured out where the quote came from, and I had the scene, and I knew it was one of the two of them, and I picked Luke.
Oh, really?
Yep. Damn it.
Yeah.
Luke is the optimistic one.
You guys know why I said K2SO. I thought he would be the negative one on the plan, whatever they're doing.
All
this
right.
is not going to work.
I should have picked. I knew I should have picked Han because Luke's the one who came up with the idea. Damn it.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The
I'm
next
excited
quote
to maybe get a point.
For the people at home, the score is 0-0. We
Yeah.
are into the
We're keeping
fifth question.
track. I know it gets confusing.
We're into the fifth question. 5 out of 9. The next quote is, "We can only hope Master Kenobi is up to the challenge." We can only hope Master Kenobi is up for the challenge.
You changed it.
No, I didn't. I just paused.
Read it again.
'Cause we can only hope Master Kenobi is up to the challenge.
You just changed it again. You said for the challenge the second time.
It's up. It's up
Okay.
to the challenge.
We
Up
can
to the
only
challenge.
hope Master Kenobi.
Master Kenobi is up to the challenge. Sorry, I switched particles. Didn't mean to do that.
We can only hope Master Kenobi is up to the challenge. Man.
I wonder what you guys are doing at home. So you guys got to get this next one right. Otherwise, your bonus is shot.
Yeah, we both lose the bonus. I should have gone lower. I considered 4.
I thought these quotes are pretty good. I picked stuff that I thought you guys would get. So, Mandalorian comes out soon.
Yeah.
Super
We
excited.
should run
about
like
it.
those ads they do it on like news broadcasts at the bottom.
I'm really excited for Triple Force Friday, which is October 4th. So the funny thing is, John and I are going to New York Comic Con the 4th and the 5th, which is Friday and Saturday. Triple Force Friday is that Friday. So I'm going to be at Target like midnight that Friday. And then I'm going to roll up to New York Comic Con and be there from Friday to Saturday. It is going to be a Force-filled weekend. Hopefully Lucasfilm announces some stuff for New York Comic Con. Are you guys ready? One more time?
No.
One more time for the people at home.
I'm just gonna guess.
All right. One more time for the people at home. We can only hope Master Kenobi is up to the challenge. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You
Right
ready,
now.
John?
Name.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ready?
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3.
Palpatine.
Mace Windu.
It is Palpatine
Yes.
Dang it.
in Revenge of the Sith. He says it to Anakin. Because Anakin goes, or not Anakin, Kenobi goes to see General Grievous. And he says he's with General Grievous. And he goes, well, I can only hope that Master Kenobi is up to the challenge. Guys, we are now on the board.
That was either Palpatine or Padme for me, but I was like, that sounds like something that prick she would say.
I thought it was Yoda and Mace Windu having a conversation privately
Mace
about,
Windu did enter my head at one point, too.
and then I thought it's obviously not Yoda because that wouldn't be a Yoda line, so it's
Yeah.
probably Windu.
Yeah, we can never do Yoda lines on this. It would just be like, oh.
I know. You know what's funny? I actually watched a lot of Yoda clips, and I was like, it's always so obvious.
Go to
every
the
single
temple,
time.
you will. It's like, oh, is that Lando?
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. So
Is that Lando?
are on to the 6th.
Around the survivors, a perimeter create. Was that Palpatine?
Kid Fisto.
6th, round 6.
What's the score?
1-0.
I believe
with
it's
John.
2-0.
2-0.
Sorry, 2. I'm sorry. I put up a mark that you got it right. Sorry. 2-0. John is winning
Barely.
so far.
The audience is definitely winning right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up next, we have, quote, "You're sweating. Relax. Take a deep breath." You're sweating. Relax. Take a deep breath. This game can get super tricky, especially if characters sound similar. It's one of those things that gets a little tricky. Tricky.
James, I'll give you a hint.
No hints. John is showing a Chewie figure.
Yeah.
Um,
Although sometimes
Again, for the-
Peter Mayhew would talk in English and then they would, so that Harrison Ford could react to him, you know?
yeah, maybe.
No, he did. That's fact. True.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
People at home.
Yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
You're sweating.
Right.
Relax.
Yep.
Take a deep breath.
Like this. Like that. Take a deep breath.
The score is 2-0. James, you want to write something down?
I have something down, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be wrong because
Oh.
John
It's
knows
okay.
it.
No, don't. So you're going to get this right, James. Don't worry about it.
Ready?
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3.
Obi-Wan.
It is Obi-Wan
Oh, good, thank God.
from Attack of the Clones. He's talking to Anakin in the elevator. Yes. All right. Up next is, quote, "It's been a long time." That is the quote. It's been a long time.
Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. It's been a long time since the rock and rolled. Oh, man. It's been a long time?
Yep. It's been a long time.
Jeez.
Clone Wars doesn't count?
Clone Wars does not count.
Ahsoka
Live,
Tano.
live action only. For the people
Does
playing at
anyone
home,
remember that video?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ahsoka
People playing at
Tano.
home.
John like, oh.
What is it? Yeah.
All right.
It's been a long time, is the
It's
quote.
been a long time. People playing at home, we are at 4-2. Hoey's in the lead.
I don't know.
It's been a long time.
So the funny thing is, often these lines, if I say them the way that they're said, you'd probably get them.
Yeah. Are you
I
saying
thought that too.
Are you
On the first one you did or something, you were like singing it or something?
No, I'm not singing it, but I'm not saying it
No,
the way
you
it's
did
said.
on the first one or something.
Mm-mm.
What was the first one?
You should say it how it's said.
No, I shouldn't. That's not in the rules.
Yeah, but you're not competing against us. Him and I are hearing
But
it.
then there's no challenge. The challenge is just the
disagree,
words
John.
themselves.
I think she should just read it flat. Read the words. Yeah.
So like
And it's
Hayden
us to put it
Christensen
together.
acting?
You're so mean, John. Stop. Okay, guys, write down.
We got all
John,
two with us.
Write
John,
down a name.
you got something?
The quote
No,
is,
no.
"It's been a long time."
All right, give me a second here. It's been a long time since I answered a question. It's been a long time.
So I wonder how people at home are doing. I think I picked some legit quotes. I even went to YouTube and pulled video clips to make sure I had them to back up my quotes, which came as a suggestion to you guys. Like, Lacey, just get some YouTube clips and you'll have your proof. I should have done this a long time ago, but I didn't. So
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on this one.
all right, pick a name. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I got one.
For one more time for the people at home, it's been a long time. And 1, 2, 3.
Lando.
Acting. Jyn Erso, baby. I knew that one as soon as you said it.
I knew you did.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. That's what I think of every time she says that line in the movie.
She just goes, "It's been a long time." And if I said it just like that, everyone.
Tied
2, baby.
4-4.
2.
By the way, for the people at home,
4-4, you're right.
When I let it
Yeah.
slip before that there was a Rogue One clip or quote, that was it. That was
Part
the
of
Rogue
it.
One.
Part of it was me trying to downplay it because I didn't want to be like, "Oh, I got this," because then that would have tipped John off to that.
Because we know you like Rogue One, yeah.
So I tried to like say, I don't know, the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. What
I
is
was
it? Is
about
this
to be
the
very
last
sad
one,
if
then?
you didn't.
Two
No, we
more.
still have 2 more.
All
I
right.
was about to be very sad if you didn't get that, James, because I picked a Rogue One clip for you and I picked
Yeah.
a solo one for John. Okay,
I
so
don't feel like I know the stuff any better. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I've watched it more.
up next we have quote, "Oh, I agree. However, it may turn out to be a wild bantha chase." Oh, I agree. However, it may turn out to be a wild bantha chase. That is the quote. So we're playing our game for our listeners.
Man.
Who are you? It is our guessing game where I give quotes from the movies and they guess who said it. They've used up their hints, the phone a friend, if you will, pretty early in this game at the same time.
I feel like the hints should be different, but
We could work on that, but
Yeah.
the phone a friends went early. We are sitting 4-4, tied up. James got
It's
a
a barn
Rogue
burner.
One. James got a Rogue
For sure.
One correctly. John, no surprise, got Palpatine correctly. And then they both got Obi-Wan correctly. So it's kind of funny that
That was the
John got
only
the-
one I was like, I knew immediately.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I did get quotes that people
What's
would
this quote
recognize.
again?
The quote is, "Oh, I agree. However, it may turn out to be a wild bantha chase." So yeah, we're sitting at 4-4. And not surprisingly, James
man,
got
I
the
have
Rogue
a name
One,
written down,
John
and now
got
I'm starting to
Palpatine.
think. Yeah.
Pick it, let's go. We moving, we grooving. Pushing the time here. Write down a name. People at home are like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
man.
What if I was like, so it's either.
Yeah.
I'm glad John wasn't looking because I think I just showed a little bit of it.
You definitely did.
I'm overthinking this here.
Did you
Oh,
see
All
what
right,
I wrote?
guys. Last
Lacey, give me a wink.
Oh,
One more time
Yeah.
for the people at home and for you guys. Oh, I agree. However, it may turn out to be a wild bantha chase.
All right. Whatever.
All right, guys, here we go. 1,
I hope he
2,
doesn't get this one.
3.
Anakin
Qui-Gon
Skywalker.
Jinn.
No, it is Obi-Wan Kenobi in Return of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith, my bad. He is talking
Dude.
about going to find Grievous. And
I
he
was
goes-
so close to putting Obi-Wan too. Were you, John?
So the reason
no.
I picked this quote, by the way, is when I was watching clips from the movies, this seemed like a weird quote for Obi-Wan. When I heard it, I was like, that doesn't seem like something he would say.
I disagree. Here's the thing. When I wrote Qui-Gon Jinn, I was picturing, a different scene, obviously. And then I thought it's that beginning where he says, "Oh, I agree." And I was like, Obi-Wan would say that. Obi-Wan
You're right.
would
That
say,
part, the part that threw me off is when he said a wild bantha chase.
Yeah,
that's
that's
when
just
I was
because
like,
it's weird, clunky.
it doesn't
And he
doesn't
was
sound.
dialogue.
he wasn't living on Tatooine at that point. I know Banthas are elsewhere because they have the blue.
And that's the other thing. Yeah, it was just weird for me. And when I heard him say it, I was like, oh, this could be a good one because I would never even.
Yeah, I thought it was
know
one of
this
those like Hayden Christensen lines.
All right. Here we go, guys. Sudden
This is it?
death.
Well,
4 to
sudden
4.
death.
This is it.
Yeah,
And you
round-
both don't
final
get
round.
your bonus.
No.
I'm just glad because no matter what, John can't say that he crushed me.
This has
wins.
been very interesting.
Well, if we tie, we go on to a bonus question though.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So 4-4.
I'm not feeling good though. I feel horrible. Right?
The last
We're going to
quote,
miss all the bonus questions,
Yeah.
too.
the last quote is, I agree. I'm not sure what you wish to accomplish with this. I agree. I'm not sure what you wish to accomplish with this. So, people at home, it's coming down to the final round, round 9. Just to recap quickly how this has gone tonight. They missed the first question, missed the second one, missed the third one, missed the fourth one. John got the 5th one right. James got it wrong. 6th, they both got right. 7th, John got it wrong. James got it right. The 8th, they both got wrong, leading us to the final round here.
What's this quote again? Is this the same one as the
quote-
last one?
It is not, I agree. I'm not sure what you wish to accomplish with this.
All right.
All right, guys. Pick a person.
Oh my god.
Ready? Write someone down.
I have no idea when this person might have said this, but it sounds like they would say this.
I feel
Sounds
the
like
exact
that character's
same way.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Padme.
It is Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
He says it to Padme when they're about to return to the planet in The Phantom Menace no, not that part, at a different part, sorry. But she's sitting in her throne on the ship and he's talking with the other officers and they're like, this is a bad idea. And he goes, I agree. I can't, agree with this.
I actually pictured Padme more in like Revenge of the Sith, like Senate era.
Yes.
where
And that
she's
sounded
like-
similar too.
She's
Yeah.
like, I agree. I'm not sure what you wish to accomplish by this. Yeah.
So
And
for the
that's- I
people
don't
at
see what
home,
you're seeing in this.
congratulations are in order for John, who won 6-4. It was a tough battle,
Wow.
winning it with the Qui-Gon Jinn quote.
My
I
takeaway.
don't like 6-4, 3-2.
my takeaway.
Sorry,
from
3 to
this-
2.
Sounds like he won 2 over me. So I
Is-
got 1.
Well, because the hint ones are worth 1, so we had to do.
Do you guys want to see if you'll get my bonus
No.
just for fun?
Yeah, sure.
Nah, we're running on time anyway.
I wanna
save
hear it.
those
It's
quotes.
really quick.
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
hear it.
Gosh, all right.
Okay, my bonus question for the people at home, maybe you can get a bonus yourself, is Master Windu, you have fought gallantly.
Count Dooku.
Master
It-
Windu.
it
you have
is
fought
Count Dooku.
gallantly?
Yeah.
When does
It's in Attack of the Clones when
Yeah.
they're on Geonosis and they're
Yeah.
surrounded.
Oh, that's right. I was like, when did they even
Master Windu,
come into
you have
contact with
fought
each other?
gallantly.
Yeah.
All I have to say about that is a lot of prequel quotes can be said by anybody. That's my takeaway from this game.
So the funny thing is I
Man.
went through a ton of quotes today from the original trilogy. Sequel, everything I got from the sequel trilogy, I was like, they're going to get this because it's so recent. Whereas I feel like Rogue One and Solo, not so much.
Yeah.
But then
no
original
sequel
trilogy.
Oh, true.
And then
Stuff.
but I did Solo and Rogue One.
I want to do some research on that first question.
Oh my God.
John, even
just
if
can't let it
we're
go.
right though, we ended up
I'm just having fun.
8-6.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
so
But then the original trilogy, I found that a lot of the really good quotes we've already kind of used. We're getting to the point now that we've used a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's getting interesting.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm glad it ended on the final question. A lot of drama there, and good game, James, and good job, Lacey.
thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now I'm going to throw it to me. Back to me for resistance transmissions.
All right.
All right, guys. So how this works is every week, John puts up a crazy, wacky situation, and you guys give your answers of what the scenario could be. It's kind of like a fill in the blank, caption this type thing. And then I read them in the show. So John has challenged that I don't laugh.
I'm so
Are
emotionally.
we
I
sticking
forgot
by
about
that challenge?
I'm so emotionally exhausted right now.
Might as well get my laughs out now. Okay, so am I not laughing or am I laughing?
I want you to
feel
have
like people want me to.
I want you to have a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, resistance transmissions. The situation is R2-D2 has been away and returns to see C-3PO with red eyes. We all know R2 is a wise guy. So what is the first thing he would say to 3PO when he saw him? First up, we have Matt V. Skywalker at MIB1188. And he said, I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. Up next is Adam Odell at Odell Adam. He said, R2 stares. C-3PO says nothing. R2. So C-3PO, no response. R2. You have red eyes now. C-3PO. I don't want to talk about it. Postcards from the Galaxy's Edge at From Galaxy's Edge said,
Cool.
in typical R2-D2 beeps, wow, you need some clear eyes. Eye drops pop out of R2's dome head.
Nice.
Up next is
That
Gloria.
sounded like Ben Stein too.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Wow.
Wow.
Clear eyes is awesome.
Up next is Gloria Caratero at Gloria Carater 3. She said, 3PO with red eyes? I'm out of it for a while and everybody gets delusions of grandeur.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Up next is Juniper Cornucopia. You guys are getting some crazy names up in here. At Dr. Ragnarok and said, oh joy, another member of the Skywalker has turned to the dark side. I'm getting too old for this. I'm getting too old for this. Eric McGilvray at Eric McGilvray 27 said, nothing. R2 doesn't recognize him.
Oh, that's good. I
Without
like
the
that.
regular eyes.
He just rolls past him. He's like, hey, how's it going?
Next is Danny at Chibigon89. She said, this is why I told you not to stare directly at the twin suns. And then she included a clip of, I believe it's Plankton from SpongeBob saying, my eyes. And
Never
he's
seen
all
it.
Burning out.
Yeah. Up next is Adam Green at Velcro Face. And he said, ... forget this, ... I'm going back into low power mode.
Nice.
That's good.
Next is
I'm out.
Brian Treadway at Brian_Treadway. So close to your handle, Brian. He said, what are the odds that you've got pink eye? And last but not least is Bitter Brantley at Bitter Brantley, who says, sorry, I thought that was BB-8's pillow. What?
I
is this
assume
a
this
pink
is
eye
another
joke?
pink eye thing, right? Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's terrible.
Have you ever seen the movie
ridiculous.
Knocked Up?
Yes,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
R2 farted on C-3PO's pillow, but he thought that he was doing it to BB-8's pillow.
John, we got it.
Okay.
Good one.
We got it, John.
I laughed when I read it.
Guys, thank you so much for participating. If you want to be on the show, make sure to follow us on Twitter at RBATSWNN. And then every week, John puts up some scenario. Apparently loves fart jokes. Fun fact
I
of
do.
the day.
Yeah.
And then you guys answer, and then I read them live on the show. And you get a little shout out. It's fun. But yeah, back to you, John.
All right. Thank you guys
Winner,
so
John.
much for listening, watching, being a part of the Resistance, playing along on the Who Are You game. We hope you guys had fun with that. We hope you guys did better than James and I did, because we swung and missed quite a bit, but it was a good time. We love playing that game, especially when we want to just lighten it up and have some fun on the show. Make sure you guys do subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube. If you're watching, hello out there. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and most importantly, share our episodes on whichever platform you like with someone you know who likes Star Wars. Whether it's a family, friend, coworker, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know Star Wars podcasts exist. So please spread the word. That's the best way we can grow. So we thank you and appreciate that. I do want to say a special thank you to our Patreon generals. We're looking at Carmelo, Brian Shalito, Andrew Staley, Neil Lowry, Jeremy Myers, Neil Shaw, David Probus, and Val Trichkoff. Thank you so much for your support. If you are listening to this and you haven't checked out our Patreon page, I suggest you do it. Hop over to patreon.com/Resistance Broadcast. We post a lot of exclusive content right on there on that page. It's a very active additional way into the Resistance Broadcast community here, and we start tiers at $2 a month. So check out the page. See what tier you like and sign up if you'd like. We appreciate the support. Thank you very much. And make sure you guys are always going to StarWarsNewsNet.com every day for all of your latest Star Wars news, reviews, editorials, information, and more. You can find me on Twitter at Johnny Hoey and over at Star Wars News Net. James, the guy who came in second place tonight, where can people find you on Twitter?
Oh, man. I was so close to putting Obi-Wan on that. Man, I'm just bummed. At least you didn't crush me, John. At least you didn't crush me.
I did not.
You barely made it out alive.
James,
All
just remember you crushed me.
Yeah, that's right. I crushed you.
So that means I crushed
feels
Lacey.
so weird. Yeah.
No, you haven't. I beat you.
Not with the new format, sister.
Not yet.
Well, we'll have to see what happens next time on Who Are You? Twitter and Instagram at Meyer Trunks.
Lacey, who are you?
People can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lacey Gillerin, and this is really unfortunate because John is going to be insufferable until the next one.
Well, a lot of people pick James to win, so I feel vindicated. But I will say this, guys, most importantly, again, thank you so much for being a part of the Resistance and listening. We hope you enjoy your weekends. And of course, as always, we'll be right back here with you on Monday when the base opens up again right here on the Resistance Broadcast. We'll see you around, kids.
Bye.